Okay, welcome back. So I think it's time for you to give some of this a shot on your own. So I have a quick exercise. All that you need to do is create a new HTML file, a new JavaScript file, and add a single button to the HTML file. That's it. And then when I click that button, all you need to do is change the background color of the body from white to purple. How you do that, I'll leave it up to you. There's a few different ways that you could do it, given the different things that we've talked about so far. But you need to run some code when you click on the button, and that code should change the background color between two colors, whether it's purple and white, or you pick some better colors, totally up to you. So pause the video right now, give that a shot on your own. It's really important that you do that, and then come back when you're ready, and we'll go over a solution together. Okay, so let's talk about how we can make this work. First things first, we need an HTML file, which I have right here. I need to add in my HTML. Let's call this color toggle. And all we need is a single button. And we'll just add click me, just like that. Now we need our JavaScript file. And we could easily do something where we just add a script tag right here and add our JavaScript in there. But it's not a great practice. So just to get you in the right habit, I'm going to make a new file. We'll just call it toggle.js in the same directory. And inside, like I always like to do, I'll add an alert just to make sure they're connected okay. And then we need to go and link to that script. And that needs to be source equals toggle.js. Just like that. So let's go ahead and open this file in the browser and see what we get. First thing that I'll point out here, notice that we got the alert that says things are connected, but the button isn't on the page yet. So we don't actually see the button until I get rid of the alert. And that's really important, and we want to fix that. What that tells us is that our code over here is running first, before the button is on the page at all. And the code that we're going to write is going to rely on the fact that the button is on the page. We can't add a click listener otherwise. The add event listener is only going to work and add events to items that are on the page at the time that it's run. So we have a few ways of fixing this. The simplest one for now is just to move our script down to the end of the body so that we know for sure, okay, this button has loaded. We will learn about another way of doing this when we get to jQuery, but this works perfectly fine for now. So if we refresh now, you'll see the button's already there, and then we get the alert that says connected. So now let's talk about the logic. Let's go to our toggle.js and select the button. So var button equals document.querySelector button, and that's just one way to select it, of course. And then we want to add our event listener. So button.add event listener, click. And then our function that will run, the callback function, just like that. And I always like to start again with an alert that just says clicked, just to make sure that we're selecting the right thing and that this function is being run when we do click. So refresh, let's click, and we get clicked. So that's great, things are hooked up correctly. Now all we need to do is change the background color of the body. So I would start by just doing document.body, and let's just set it to be purple. So document.body.style.background equals purple. And you'll see I use document.body. We could also do document.querySelector and give the body tag name, or something like document.getElementsByTagName body 0. But it's much easier just to use document.body. It's just a shortcut that's built into the document. So I do that, I change it to purple, and we should be good to go here. If I click, we get a purple body. But of course, part of this problem was to toggle it back and forth. So when I click here, it goes back to white, and then I click again, it goes back to purple, and it keeps switching between the two. So what we'll need to do is add some logic. And our logic is going to look something like this. If white, make it purple. Else, make it white. Something like that. So the way that I'm going to handle this, I'm going to create a Boolean value called isPurple. So var isPurple. And it's going to start as false, because when I refresh the page, it's not purple. So isPurple is false. And then what we'll need to do is inside of our JavaScript, we're going to check if is purple. So if it is purple, then we're going to want to make the background color white. Just like this, and change this to be white. And then otherwise, we'll do the same thing, except we will make it purple. The only issue, of course, is that isPurple right now is always false. We're going to want to change that. So if it is purple, document.body.style.background is equal to white, and then we would say isPurple is now equal to false because we just changed it to white. And then when we set it to be purple, we would say isPurple equals true. And this needs to be a Boolean value, of course, not the string true or the string false. So what we've done here is create our own little toggle tracker. This Boolean isPurple starts as false the first time through. If isPurple, that doesn't happen, so we go to the else. We change the background to be purple, and then isPurple is now true. So next time the user clicks, if isPurple, that's now true, so we change the background to be white, and then isPurple is set to false, and we keep switching back and forth. So we'll refresh, check our console, make sure we have no errors, and now let's try clicking. Purple, white, purple, and white. So there's a small refactor that we can do, which is we don't have to set isPurple to be false and isPurple to be true inside the if statement. We have a shorter way of doing that just by writing isPurple equals not isPurple. So that's just going to switch it between true and false or false and true. It just negates it. So that is a nice shortcut. You can see here, it now toggles, and it's a little bit shorter. But there's an even shorter way of doing all of this, which hopefully some of you thought about. When we learned about the class list, there was a method called toggle. So if we define a CSS class, and let's go ahead and do that, inside of my style, I'm just going to make a style tag for now and add a class called dot, and let's just call it dot purple, or just purple, that's the class name, and it will just say background is purple. And that's all we need to do. What we're going to do is toggle this class on and off on the body. So go back here, and I'm going to just copy this for now and comment it out. And all we need to do is when you click on the button, I'm going to comment this out or get rid of this as well, all of this. All we want to do is document.body.classList.toggle, and then the name of the class we just made was called purple. So remember what this will do is if the body doesn't have the class named purple, it will add it. But it checks if it does have the class named purple already, it will remove it. So we don't have to keep track of if it's purple or white currently, if the class is applied or if it isn't. We don't need this isPurple Boolean anymore. That's basically all wrapped up inside of classList.toggle. So I refresh, I click, and you can see it looks the same. But if we inspect and we look at the body, here we go, notice class equals purple. And then I click, and now we don't have class equals purple anymore. It goes away. That's document.body.classList.toggle, which is really, really useful. It's a lot shorter than this logic here. All right, so that's my solution.